The epic Ramayana tells of a continent located just south of Asia and extending thousands of miles into the Indian Ocean, far beyond today's Sri Lanka. The continent was known for its rich copper deposits, as well as its abundant fauna comprising elephants, leopards, and monkeys. Its geography consisted mainly of low swamplands and woodlands, subject to frequent floods. That's why it was called Velam Kandam, abbreviated as Lanka, meaning the flooded continent. Human settlements were mostly located on hilltops, such as Sigiriya and Mulkirgala. Legend has it that King Rama had a long bridge built between southern India and the northern tip of Lanka after his wife Sita had been kidnapped by Lanka's king Ravana. During the Paleolithic Age, the continent of Lanka lay in the Indian Ocean, with today's Sri Lanka being its northernmost reach, Madagascar its western edge, and Christmas Island its easternmost tip. The last dynasty that ruled Lanka was the Nagarajana, or Snake Dynasty, whose most famous queen was Sulochana. She promoted matriarchy in Lanka, which became known as the Continent of Girls. Lanka spanned the Somali and Indo-Australian tectonic plates. The latter plate subducted under the Eurasian plate just off the west coast of Sumatra and formed the Sunda Trench, which is now over 7,000 meters deep. About 75,000 years ago, seismic activity in the Indian Ocean culminated in the so-called Toba catastrophe, which destroyed the Lanka continent. The survivors, in what is present-day Sri Lanka, became the progenitors of the Veda people, while those in Madagascar gave rise to the Marina people. Those who landed on the shores of the eastern Indian Ocean were assimilated into pre-existing Stone Age populations, including the Denisovans. Their descendants in India are the Tamils, in Southeast Asia the Negritos, in New Guinea the Melanesians, and in Australia the Aborigines. The memory of the lost continent came to play a major role in the mythologies of these nations. Australian Aborigines recall a dreamtime in which a snake goddess brought people to their homeland. The ancestral memory of Lanka's refugees and castaways, reaching the Southeast Asian shores, was incorporated into the local folklore and even in Buddhist sutras. The souls of those who perished in that massive cataclysm were depicted as hungry ghosts, roaming the land and haunting the living. August has traditionally been considered the month when monsoons favored the arrival of shipwrecked sailors escaping the disaster, and lengthy rituals are still performed throughout Southeast Asia in order to appease their souls. Over the millennia, legends linked to the belief in these restless spirits traveled across the Middle East and reached ancient Rome, where an exorcistic feast called Lemuria was held every year in May, reminiscent of Asian ghost festivals. In his book Demonology, published in 1597, King James I of England described the Lemurids as horrible ghosts of deep antiquity. In 1758, the Swedish polymath Carl Linnaeus studied the slender lorises of Sri Lanka and called them lemurs for their nocturnal activity and ghost-like appearance. In 1864, after similar primates were also discovered in Madagascar, English zoologist Philip Sclater proposed that Sri Lanka and Madagascar had once been part of a large continent in the Indian Ocean, which he named Lemuria. In 1881, German explorer Ernest Haeckel visited Sri Lanka and confirmed Sclater's theory, realizing the importance of Lemuria in the evolution of humankind. Further studies prompted English anthropologist William Scott Elliot to write the 1904 masterpiece, The Lost Lemuria. Excavated fossils of skeletal and cultural remains near the town of Balangoda, Sri Lanka, provide the earliest records of anatomically modern Homo sapiens in South Asia.